Project Kaiju that the military is literally working on. And you remember how the things in the movies they used to tell you that you was thinking like, oh, that's just something in a movie. Remember when you used to think like that? And maybe if you still think like that, things should be changing in this time. Where this is going is that dimensionally, the electromagnetic reality that we're dealing with is going to tie into exactly what we're about to talk about. And this project really is going to tie into some really deep stuff that's going on. Now, first of all, notice the name Kaiju. Why would they name it that? That's the first question you have to ask. And what does Kaiju mean? Let's go into it. Kaiju is a Japanese word that literally translates to strange creature. However, the word kaiju has been translated and defined in English as monster. Specifically, is used to refer to genre. And let's just move forward from there. Okay, because we're going to take you to a government website where they literally tell you what this is about. And the reason why it ties into something deeper is because they're saying that this is all about electromagnetism, and then scientists are linking this into something even bigger. And we know Skynet exists, so it's two questions we ask here. Is this going to be Skynet? But the later part is going to tell you even more that it could be tunneling through different dimensions and type of stuff like that. So first off, Project Kaiju. You can see this on sam.gov, where the Air Force Research Laboratory has all the data on it, and it's still ongoing. This will be ongoing until years in the future, and we'll talk about that here in just a few. But check out this report first. It says is expected in January will include 9 efforts named after famous giant monsters. So they always like to say they hide stuff in plain view, and they name these things after specific beasts that are not just what you see in movies but in mythology, like Ghidorah. King Ghidorah, you can find out more about this. It was a three-headed dragon in Persian mythology that looked like this, and then it was another one in pretty much Greek mythology, and then they have one called a multi-headed Slavic dragon. So they had it as a Greek dog in other cultures and stuff like that too. But just notice the other word in here. And so Colossus was another one, and this is all talking about electromagnetic warfare, right? But they're naming after these creatures, they're naming after these beings, and going into it even deeper, look at the wording in here. Everything is esoteric. It says Rapture Laboratory. Notice how they put that in there as well, because that's another part of the Project Bluebeam operation to get people to fall for that Rapture agenda as well. And so this is about electronic situations happening. And then you got Kumanga, right? This is this giant spider like being, right? But we do know that if it's to do with Skynet, then Skynet has also showed that the military was going to be working alongside spiders and snakes in war, smaller ones in BAE systems, in developing electronic spiders and stuff like that. And then you had a mad scientist in Vermont do the exact same thing. You also had in Ottawa where they showcased a giant spider as well. Well, what leads us down a path to think that this is something larger being pushed behind this? Well, this next part tells you about the tunneling invisible portal technology that's given a dimension, a new dimension to illusion technology. has everything to do with the electromagnetic spectrum. So the things that we're hearing on the surface, do you really believe they're going to tell you everything straight up? Or do you believe that they hide things in plain view? They literally do this stuff to us all the time. How many things in plain view have been right in front of us, and then we're so naive to the fact, and then later we find out what's really going on? Let's read into this situation here about these portaling technologies that they're building. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, because the whole project of Kaiju is electromagnetic, and when they're messing with things in reality, they're messing with portals, they're messing with these dimensions. And so that's why we're going to talk about what this article says. And it says, in a study published in Physical Review Letters on June 4th, a team of scientists including Huangyang Chen, it says basically Invisible Gateway, this is what they built. The university shows how they built a similar invisible portal in reality in their research paper titled Invisible Gateway by Scattering Effect of Metamaterials. And so metamaterials, it says that pretty much scientists mentions that is illusion devices such as superscatter and invisible gateway, they have been studied under the theory of transformation and optics folded geometry transformations. And how did they do this? This was done with metamaterials and invisible gateway for electromagnetic waves. So literally they're doing this stuff with electromagnetic waves right in front of us. Because I'm gonna let you hear the audio, and even some of the people who heard this, they had these assumptions that we were hearing something else from another dimension. Let's look at this closely to see if it's really cloaking. Okay, look at this thing. It comes out of a tree, moves to the left. It almost looked, wait a minute. Okay, I thought it took the form of some trees, but then when we rewind it, it looks like it just came back and went back around the tree. Now, this could be some shape-shifting demon. What do you think? So I'm not begging you to watch the next video. I'm literally saying that we won't survive unless we know the information that's coming next. When you click this video,